In an unusual move to beef up their front office, the Mets have reunited with Omar Minaya, whom they dismissed as their general manager 7 years ago. The move, which was announced on Friday, made Minaya a special assistant to Sandy Alderson, who took over as the general manager of the Mets after Minaya departed. How often is a fired executive rehired to work for his successor? Not that often. It was not immediately clear who set the stage for Minaya's return, but he has maintained a close relationship with Fred Wilpon, the Mets' principal owner, in the years since he left the club. Minaya, 59, has returned on the heels of a disastrous 2017 season, in which the Mets collapsed in the standings and had trouble keeping players healthy. In a statement, the Mets said that Minaya, who initially made his mark in scouting, would help the team in that area as well as in player development and in acquisitions. He will also serve as a community ambassador for the Mets, the statement said. There are right moments and there are not right moments, and this is the right moment I felt to come home, Minaya said during a conference call with reporters on Friday afternoon. And not just come home to the Mets family, but the city, said Minaya, who was born in the Dominican Republic but grew up in Queens. For the last 3 years he worked as a senior advisor with the Players Union. During the conference call, Minaya was somewhat vague when he was asked for details on how his return to the Mets had come about. He said that Wilpon Alderson and Wilpon's son Jeff, who is the team's chief operating officer, had all contacted him and that he met several weeks ago with Alderson and John Rico, the Mets' longtime assistant general manager. Rico worked under Minaya on the Mets, and the two know each other well. But it is Minaya's continuing relationship with Alderson that will bear watching, because of its potential for awkwardness and intrigue. A number of team officials, speaking anonymously because they were not authorized to make public comments, said they were confident that Minaya could be helpful to Alderson, who signed a 2-year extension with the Mets this week. And in his conference call, Minaya expressed gratitude for Alderson's willingness to bring him on board. I have so much respect for Sandy and the fact that he wanted me back here, Minaya said. That's where we kind of turned the corner. Minaya and Alderson have never worked together on a major league team, but they are familiar with each other from their long careers as baseball executives. Their jobs intersected in the early part of the last decade, when Minaya was the general manager of the Montreal Expos and Alderson a top official in the commissioner's office, which was then overseeing the Expos in the absence of a team owner. Minaya will be the second prominent special assistant to Alderson. Terry Collins was given the same title several months ago, when the Mets decided to replace him as their manager after 7 years. Like Minaya, Collins has a close friendship with Fred Wilpon. Several times during Friday's conference call, Minaya expressed gratitude to the Wilpons and to Saul Katz, another prominent owner of the team.